Hello, everyone, and welcome to Below the Whistle Sports Playoff Edition. Yes, we're tuning in on Thursday night to get you all your latest things on the playoffs and let you know what's going on and let you know who you should pick for your betting purposes and just to have fun. It's the final weeks. It's the final weeks. The regular season is over. It's time to get ready for the big dance. That Super Bowl Sunday. Who will it be? But first, let's get on to my co-host and let me introduce him, Mr. Steven Rubain. How you
Uh,
doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Playoff edition is a beautiful sound. So I love the playoffs. So
Oh yeah.
we got a lot to go over today.
Well, we wanted to put it in yesterday, but it would have been too long of a show to try to get through all the sports and then squeeze in because we want to do it a little different than everybody else. We want to
Yeah,
give you the in depth on what's going on to let you know why we making our picks.
absolutely. So I'm really excited. We got a lot to talk about. And we got a little bit of venting today, too. A little venting.
A
Just
little
a little
bit.
bit. Just a little bit.
But before we vent, we got to congratulate our winners of our office pool.
Oh, that's going to be my vent.
Oh,
that was the vent.
Hey, you should have been because you was ahead of me. Remember all the talking about being ahead of me.
Man, I pulled the Green Bay Packers in this. I, my goodness. All year long, I was coasting in second place. And then those last couple of weeks just killed me off.
We got to say what's up to some of our viewers that's just tuned in. Ronald Tyson, what's up, sir?
What's up?
He said cowboy up.
Oh, we're gonna have a cowboy talk tonight.
And then we got James Johnson in the room too. Bang bang. You know where he's from.
Yeah, I know.
Let me check our Facebook and see if anybody's tuning on Facebook. Any comments? No comments so far. Let's get into it because
let's do it.
We starting up a few minutes late. They were looking for us.
They were looking for us, but hey, you might not be happy, Cowboy fan tonight, because I got a Cowboy rant of all Cowboy rants to go into.
Hey, but before we get there, you know what? We never did our Christmas where I gave you my gift. Hold on one second.
Oh no. Oh goodness.
Here go your gift from Christmas, sir.
I appreciate it.
No. I want everybody to see what I got you.
Oh man, I was gonna wait. So after lost sound.
Oh no, you lost sound. I got sound perfect, sir.
Hold on a second then. Find out what's going on here.
All right. While he finds out, I'm gonna announce Shant, the big winner of the office football pool. Yes, sir. Shant, you have number one. You have done it the whole season. You did your thing with 168 wins and 100. Man, that's it. 168 wins. That's what it took to beat us. I'm coming up in second with 161 wins. And then Jay Wizzo, congratulations, Jay Wizzo. Jay Wizzo won a couple times this season.
Wait a second here. No wonder the sound went off. Look, let me talk about this horrible gift he gave me.
Hold on a second. Yeah, while he's getting that together, Jay Wizzo and Sean, congratulations. Sean's number one. Jay Wizzle's number two. But both of you guys are getting those $50 NFL gift cards. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And, let's get Steve back on here now. You ready? Are you all together now?
I think so. You can hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, we got you good.
All right, good. Let me show with this horrible gift. I mean, why would somebody give somebody this? Look at this.
That's your team.
So everybody can see.
That's your team.
Everybody knows I don't identify with the Washington Commanders. You just gave money to the worst owner in professional sports. That's all I can tell you. But
that's
thank you.
Your team, Steve.
I appreciate it, but thank you. I'll wear it when we get a new owner.
Hey, well, there you go. There it can sit till you get your owner.
Yes, sir. But
waiting for it to grace your head.
Now I got you something nice.
Oh man. What is this?
Now, everybody can see.
What is that? Oh, they got me the wireless Carolina speaker. That's what it is. That's what it is, Steve.
Yeah, a franchise who as much as I give them a hard time about the Panthers, I realize they actually have a winning playoff record.
Hey,
and I'm gonna get into that a little later, but
thank you. I'm gonna sink this right in right after the show. But you know what? Without further ado, man, let's get into it. People didn't get on just to watch us give these gifts away.
Exactly. They want to hear us talk about who we feel are going to win these playoff games. So let's go into it.
And James Johnson said, "Be grateful, Steve. Stop being ungrateful."
Oh, I'm grateful. Don't believe me. Listen to me. I'm grateful when Dan Snyder sells a team. I can identify with being a Commanders fan again. I'm a rant. Look, believe me, I got a lot of issues with the Commanders right now.
Hey, man, I had issues with Carolina before when they were making wrong decisions with coaching, and you know the issues that I had for some years.
Yeah, but you don't have a reason to have issues. The Panthers have at least tried to win.
Hey, it is what it is. But let's get right to it. Saturday game, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Seahawks, they go down there to face the 49ers.
Well, the Seahawks are the feel-good story of the playoffs. Let's be honest.
Feel good?
I mean, yeah, because nobody had the Seahawks get in the playoffs this year. Let's be honest. They were consensus, if not fourth place, at the very minimum third place in the NFC West.
Everybody wrote them off.
I mean, everybody thought Russell Wilson's going to Denver. Geno Smith's the quarterback. Nobody thinks they're going to have any chance to be more than 4-13, 5-12, maybe the most.
But lo and behold, Mr. Geno Smith, he reveals the S under his chest and he propels them to the playoffs.
Propel them to the playoffs. So, I mean, like I said, it's a feel-good story. The rookie, Kenneth Walker III, who I was kind of surprised how he fell so far down the draft because, I mean, he was a beast. Anybody who watched Michigan State football, the man was a beast in college. And so I don't understand sometimes drafting, and how they scout players and think who's who. This man played on a major division college team 4 years and was just dominating against a Big Ten competition. And then he falls down to like third, fourth, fifth round of the draft. It's just weird.
It always takes this somebody in his camp, in his vicinity could have stole something. You know, when you're around somebody that has a big name and they go someplace, if somebody that's with them does something, it seems like the whatever bag goes on to that person.
Yeah, I guess so. But sometimes you gotta look at just the talent. You know, let's get over like little minor things. Maybe he had an issue here or there.
James Johnson said he's going to be running for his life on Saturday.
Oh, I mean, I think you're right. Like I said, the Seahawks are the feel-good story. They're not going to be the winning story on Saturday, but I mean, it feels good to make the playoffs. So I'm happy for them for that. You know, like I said, the best case scenario for them were to make the playoffs, which they did.
The first meeting was 27-7.
Yeah.
The next meeting was 21-13.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's the playoffs.
Yeah, it's the playoffs.
It's a different beast when you're talking about one game, winner take all.
Right.
And let's remember too, those first two games, who was the quarterback the first game? Was it Jimmy G?
Yes, it was.
Who was the quarterback the second game?
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. Who's the quarterback now?
Why you want to bring that up?
Because it makes a big difference.
Brock Purdy's playing way better than Jimmy G.
Exactly. So why would I think if they won both games with Jimmy G as quarterback, why would I think they have any chance with Brock Purdy quarterback where he's playing now?
But let's go with last year when the 49ers played the Rams.
Let's remember too, though, they didn't have McCaffrey this first game or Elijah Mitchell was hurt. Aren't they both back now?
Okay.
So I mean, you're talking about they got not just the weapons on the receivers, but they also got two strong running backs. It's going to get ugly.
Ooh, it's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that you all in with the 49ers on this first game.
Take the Niners, take the points, take the over, take everything. It's going to be one of them. It might be one of them 56-17 games. I ain't going to quite go Georgia TCU, but it's going to be high-scoring game.
Ronald Tyson said 3 times is hard to beat a team. 3 times.
Oh, it's hard. Yeah, it is 3 times as hard when you have the same personnel. But I'm saying you got different personnel playing in this third game that you had in the first 2. And so it's going to be hard. The Niners are at home. And let's remember, too, you might have some weather in this game. You know, I don't know what the weather's going to look like. San Francisco
weather
should be raining. It should be some rain.
Okay.
sloppy field.
Ooh.
So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I mean, you got to figure it's going to be a sloppy field no matter what, just because of all the rain they've had up there. So that's going to be conducive to the running game. Both teams have good running games, but I like the Niners running game a little more, and I like the defense a little more for the Niners. So let's go with the Niners. It's 6.5-point favorites. I say they'll win by at least 10.
Wow.
You got anything to think that's going to change it, or you think anything I didn't say that
No,
makes sense?
I was trying to lean toward and give Gino the benefit of the doubt because their team is not bad. They have a stock team.
Oh, it's a feel good team. I said that they're a feel good team. I mean,
this is no holds barred. This last game, they're gonna try everything to win this one.
I mean, is it possible for them to win?
Yes.
I mean, in this season, anything's possible because
as you see,
there's no dominant team, and like we were saying, past years where you just knew a team was just destined to win.
Yes.
And there's no horrible team. I mean, everybody is legitimate in the playoffs this year. This is a 1 year where you actually have a legitimate 14 teams in. And so
Ronald says Seattle by 2 points.
Whoa, okay. All right, well, Ron, hey, listen to me, Ron. If Seattle calls in this year, please call in. You can come and call in and call me.
After our third pick, we're going to open up the phone lines.
So I want to hear what you guys say. I want to hear how you guys see how to win the game.
Yeah.
All right.
Next game, I guess we're both going with the 49ers.
Oh, absolutely.
Brock Purdy's been solid. The only thing that's in Gino's favor is everybody wants to see a chink in Brock Purdy's armor. So far, his armor's been holding up pretty tough.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, come down the line now when the games get a little harder, Brock Purdy, we're going to have to put him under the microscope, but I think he has enough to beat the Seahawks at home.
Next game, Chargers go down there to play the Jaguars.
Now, this could be the best game of the first round just because I think they match up well to each other. I think it's pretty even matchup. The game's in Jacksonville.
Right.
I would give Jacksonville a slight edge, but I just feel good about what I see with the Chargers. I just think
you feel good what you see about the Chargers. Why would you give them a slight edge?
Just because they're home. They're playing at home. I mean, the game's in Jacksonville.
Okay.
So when you have two close teams in the playoffs, you kind of want to give the home team a slight edge, but I just got a vibe that it's not the Jaguars' time yet. It's not yet the time. Now, next year, that team's going to be a team to reckon with.
You're putting a lot on it because they played them in week 3.
They did.
You remember what happened?
The Jags won, right?
Yeah, the Jags won. Not just one. Not just one. They pulled their belts off and put a spanking to them. 38-10, Steve.
I know.
Trevor Lawrence came out there, was 28 of 39 attempts, 262 yards, and 3 touchdowns, Steve.
That was a whole different Charger team then. Charger team was struggling early in the season. I think they're hitting stride at the right time. Eckler's running great.
Right.
Herbert's looking great. The defense is looking strong. I remember.
Hey,
it takes time for that defense to build. You got Bosa.
That game, it wasn't even their number one running back that put up the numbers. It was James Robinson.
Exactly.
He had 17 attempts, 100 yards, and 1 touchdown.
And where is he now?
Hey,
exactly. He's somewhere watching this playoff game with us. And so I mean, it's a different vibe. But I like Etienne. I think Etienne's strong. I mean, I like how quarterback's playing for Jacksonville, but it's going to be a close game. Like I said, this is the game that could go either way.
Now, what do you think the Jags have lost on defense?
Well, I don't know what they've lost. I just think that the Chargers are that much better now.
Well, the reason why I put that to you is because when they played that first game, Justin Herbert was in that game, and he was just fine. And he was 25 of 45 attempts, 297 yards, and 1 touchdown and 1 interception, which means they were giving them the business. And when you talk about defense, the Jacksonville defense stood up tough.
I agree.
Stood up tough. They only tried to rush the ball 12 attempts because they were so poor on rushing. They combined with everyone, they got 33 yards in the first game, Steve.
But I do remember the Chargers had some injuries. If I remember, was Keenan Allen even playing that
No,
game?
no.
Everybody was in there. All the players were all there.
No, Keenan Allen was there.
Okay.
No. He
was Mike Williams in?
He was hurt. He was hurt.
That's what I'm saying. Chargers had guys out. It wasn't the same Chargers team that you're seeing on the field now. So it's going to be a good matchup. Like I said, it's not going to be 38-10. I can guarantee you that now. If you think that Jackson will win by 4 touchdowns, don't put money on it.
Now, to point out, when it comes to betting, the very first game, I will put money on the 49ers.
Right.
I would take money on the 49ers, but this game is a game I would not bet on because too evenly matched to me.
Yeah, I think too evenly matched. I mean, like I said, this could go either way. The vibe would be to go with the Jags because they are at home, but I just have a feeling that the Chargers are going to pull it out because I just think Herbert's just a little more seasoned than a quarterback for the Jags right now.
Hey, well, L.A.
Terry Lawrence, yeah.
L.A. do your thing, L.A.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, he's a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, and speaking on close, Chargers are a 1.5 favorite to the 1.5 favorite on the road. It's a road favorite 1.5. So it's going to be a close matchup. Like I said, as Packers said, don't put money on it. Kind of, maybe go with the. I wouldn't even go with the over. I kind of lay out even the over because you don't know those defenses might step up.
Would not mess with this game.
Yeah.
With anything because it could be a defensive game. It could go both ways. No, you know what? I would go with the over in this game.
You would go over? I
would go because now that you said that the Chargers have gotten it together, and I know Trevor Lawrence and them, they coming out with the same game plan with a couple of twists. I believe this game is going to go over 50 points.
Hey,
this game will go over 50.
It could go over 50, but I wouldn't bet. I mean, don't put your money expecting to hit the jackpot.
I'll give myself a little leeway. It's going to go over 45.
Okay, 45 I can live with. It's 28-17. I can see a game like that. I can see a 2017 game, but
all right, let's move to the next game.
Who we're taking though? You didn't tell who you're taking. You said a whole lot of.
Yeah.
But you didn't say no. I'm gonna take.
Who are you taking? You pick.
Oh, I told you I got the Chargers. It's gonna be close, but I just have a feeling that Chargers are gonna pull it out.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Jacksonville, but like I said, I'm not gonna bet on it. I'm going with Jacksonville because I cannot ignore the 38-10. I can't ignore that.
No,
I'm going with the Jags.
All right. Okay.
I say they ink it out.
Ink it out.
Ink it out.
Well, speaking of a game,
squeak it out.
Speaking of a game that won't be a squeak it out game. Dolphins at the Bills. Steamboat.
Yeah, the Steamboat. They're gonna move over them.
Well, I had to go look at the weather report because I said that's the first thing I wanted just to double check. And I guess high of 31 degrees, supposed to be sunny. That actually plays to the Dolphins' favor. I was thinking it might be snowing, cold, and bitter.
The Dolphins. Who's the quarterback, Steve?
Well, no, I'm. Look,
who's the quarterback? Because
I'm not.
Tua's hurt.
Yes.
Questionable. Bridgewater's hurt.
Questionable. I mean, no, I'm not saying Dolphins are going to win. I just said.
What you just got to talk about the sun.
Well, I said the weather report. I said if anything could be in the Dolphins' favor, it could be the weather. That is not going to be as brutal as it could be in Buffalo in January. Now that being said.
If it's not brutal, that means
that can play the
Allen's
Bills.
Going to be all over the field.
That can play the Bills' advantage because now the Bills going to have everything wide open. Take the Bills as 10.5. Take the 10.5 and take the over. This might be one of those high-scoring games too. That
hey, one of the games they played them.
Yeah, but one of the games they played them, who the quarterback then? Not Skylar Thompson.
No. Both times it was Tua.
Yeah, you give me Tua, I'm talking different. But if Tua's not playing.
Speaking of Tua and this injury, I've been hearing some reports that Tom Terrific might be signing with them because of the arsenal they have back there. Can you imagine Tom Brady back there being able to throw to Waddle and Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, they've been trying to throw Tom Brady everywhere. Tom Brady's going nowhere.
You don't think he's going to the Raiders
or retiring, or he's going to play with the Buccaneers? I can't see it. What at this point in his career, what would he benefit? The only thing the Niners would have made sense just because he can play back in San Francisco. Why would Tom Brady? I'm assuming he's a smart man. Why would he at this point in his career go to the train wreck as the Raiders?
I just put the analogy of him going to the Dolphins.
Why would
The
he go
Dolphins
there?
is not a train wreck.
It's not a train wreck, but unless he wants to, he's so bitter with Belichick that he decides he wants to
Play him twice.
Play up twice to rub it in. I mean, that's the only reason I can think of him going to Miami. I mean, I know you're talking about the weapons and all that stuff.
I don't know. Is Miami wants a Super Bowl? Miami has a defense and the offense, and they, you know what they got? But they got dollars, and they got dollars. See,
okay, but
I think money talks.
Okay, so you're saying that at this point in Tom Brady's career, he wants to go up against the Steamboat twice a year?
Hey,
so I mean, that's the challenge you're putting out there.
Hey,
you're gonna leave a division where you've easily won the last 2 years because that division's so weak, to go to a division where you got probably the best team in football.
What I'm gonna say is anything can happen. Ronald says Brady's going to Vegas.
What?
Now, that's the last place I would think he would want to go.
That place is a train wreck. If they can't win with Derek Carr in his prime, how can they win with Tom Brady? I mean, that's no. I don't see it.
Carr and Brady's two different people.
And wait a second. And again, you're talking about him going to the Raiders, where he's going to have to go up against both the Chiefs and the Chargers twice a year.
You know what? Let me open this phone line, man. Let me open this phone line.
Though. I mean, people are just talking anything. Yeah. Let's say he's going to the Commanders. Tom Brady to the Commanders. Let's just throw out any.
There we go. The phone line is open. 818-396-5080. As we go through these picks, we on Game 3. We got 3 more games to go. Call in and tell us what you guys thinking. All I know is Josh Allen did to the Dolphins with Tua, 25 of 40, 304 yards, 4 touchdowns.
I mean, I have no question on Josh Allen's talents.
And if people want to know why I make this sound, because I call the Buffalo Bills the Steamboats of the playoffs. And right now, Steve, but before we go any further, who wins the Super Bowl, Steve? No, before we go there, who's in the AFC? Who's in the AFC Championship? Who's in the NFC Championship?
Well, it looks like right now we may have a KC versus Buffalo game in Atlanta for the championship game. So neutral site, KC Buffalo.
KC Buffalo.
God, in a neutral site in a dome, I'd give Buffalo the slight edge. Slight, depending on, of course, injuries. Assuming nobody gets hurt in the playoff game, if you have everybody at full tilt, I'd give Buffalo a slight edge.
As much as I like Patrick Mahomes, I do not like the wide receivers that he has at his disposal.
Okay, you haven't liked them all year.
Juju and that other guy that I had on my fantasy team that did nothing.
Well, they seem to do nothing every week, but they just seem to win. I don't know what it is.
Because Patrick Mahomes, he wills them to win.
He wills them to win. And so,
but going against a playoff competitor that has the ability to go from goal to goal.
Yeah. Then we see it last year, though. We had the 2 teams in the playoffs, and we had an amazing game and went to overtime. I mean,
that was a beautiful game.
I mean, they scored like 100 points in the last 3 minutes of the game.
That was a beautiful game.
I mean, just you got to knock off the champ. You got to knock off the champ. You think Josh Allen has what it takes to knock the champ out? I just on a neutral site, I got to go with the Chiefs slightly. Like I said, that's all depending on if everybody stays healthy.
So AFC Championship, you say KC?
If everybody stays healthy, yeah. I'm if you lose, let's see, Pacheco, and they have no running game, then I'm going to Buffalo.
Pacheco's not the running game.
Right now he is. Who is?
McKinnon.
McKinnon's kind of the change of pace back.
Yeah, he's the track star.
Yeah, he's the track star.
You get him around that corner, is lights out. He's going to the house.
McKinnon's playing the Debo role. He's playing that kind of wide receiver, running back, do-it-all player.
That's what the 49ers have done, has made teams find a person like that and try to play him. But nobody does it better than the 49ers when it comes to that Debo role.
But the problem now with the Niners, though, is the Niners now have McCaffrey and they got Elijah Mitchell to go with Debo. So that makes them even more scary.
Yes, it does.
Because before it was just Debo.
Yes,
now you got 2 change of pace backs who can catch the ball in the backfield and run the ball.
And they're using Christian McCaffrey exceptional.
Yeah, so I mean, it's Niners. Yeah, looks scary. I'm not gonna lie to you; they do look scary.
Okay, so AFC, you just say Kansas City
Slight over Buffalo
to win the AFC Championship. Not NFC Championship, Steve.
now. NFC Championship. You know, I don't trust the Vikings, so you know that.
Okay,
I've already made it clear.
All
I got
right.
the Eagles, and I'm going with the Niners.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles, Niners in the championship game. Game's going to be in Philly.
James Johnson said, now you just went left field, Steve.
What? You don't like Eagles, Niners?
But I know you did the matchup. Who wins the game is what I'm asking.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm right now.
He's putting it together, James.
I'm putting it
Calm
together
down.
because
He's putting it together.
Yeah, because right now, if I had to say everybody at full strength, I give the Niners a slight edge again.
Okay, so
I'd give them a slight edge at this point. So I'm going to give. I got a Niners Chiefs Super Bowl.
Okay, so Steve once again has put KC and the Niners in the Super Bowl.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Now my turn.
All right.
Me, I'm gonna go AFC.
All right.
And for some reason, right now I think Cincinnati gets edged out.
Yeah.
On a humbug game. I'll go with KC and the Bills also, but I'm taking the Steamboats to run them over.
Okay.
I'm Josh Allen with rushing and passing. Woo! I'm taking the Bills in the AFC.
Okay.
And then NFC, you know, I was on the 49ers and I'm still on the 49ers as being the one of the elite teams in the playoffs.
Right.
But only thing I'm thinking is the rookie. I don't know. I don't know what that rookie's gonna do. Don't know what that rookie's gonna do. So, and
you gonna take the Eagles?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. You're gonna be surprised because I thought about this and then I was like, wow, why do I feel like it's gonna be an upset in the NFC and the team that nobody expects is gonna do something?
Who's this gonna be? Oh, we got a call. We got a call.
Hey, I'm going with Minnesota.
What? Oh, Lord.
Minnesota takes the NFC.
Okay.
Hello, Blood Whistle Sports. Who's calling, please?
All right.
What's going on? How you doing, sir?
Can you talk some sense in the packet? Can you talk a little sense in the packet? He took the Vikings. Mm-hmm. All right, so you got KC and the Niners. So you like me. So you. All right, so I'm writing this down. You got KC and the Niners. You said right?
KC and the Niners. Yep.
Okay, I got that boxed in. You trusting Kirk Cousins?
Hey, lost that connection. I'm not trusting Kirk. I just got this feeling because when you look at it, look at the team.
Mm-hmm.
You got Thielen, you got JJ.
Okay.
And the weak link is Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins, like he does this Clark Kent Superman thing. And for the most of the season, he's been Clark Kent. But he has those games where he turns, he goes to the phone booth and takes the glasses off and becomes Superman. I believe he's had a bad season, most of the seasons where he hasn't shown up. And I believe that this season, that team, that defense, that offense is one of the best well-rounded teams, as in you have a veteran quarterback, right. You got a beast at running back with Cook, and then you got those two wide receivers. I'm going with them.
Yeah, we got calls coming in because
Brother, what's the sports? Who's calling? How you doing? Hey, could you turn your TV down in the background? It's loud.
We got a little background noise there. Yeah.
Yes. Sound like you got a play going on over there.
Can y'all
hear me now? Oh, we can hear you fine.
We can hear you.
It's just your background
was real
music
loud.
is playing you out. How you
we're
doing?
beautiful, but I'm hearing a cowboy. Did I hear a cowboy up?
Yes, he did.
Oh, let's go. Let's bring it. Bring the cow. Please tell me how you gonna pick the Cowboys. I love to hear this.
Hey, Cowboys the highest scoring team in the league, man.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Yes, sir.
We'll give you that. Hey, you know this is the playoffs, and a wise man told me when the playoffs start is 0-0.
That's absolutely right. So
And
it don't matter what you did in regular season. This
Yes,
is what
sir.
you will do starting Saturday and beyond.
exactly.
What city are you calling from?
Get back to regular football, man. Get back to how they usually play.
So I said, so you got the Cowboys winning 3 games on the road.
Actually, yeah, I do.
Okay, all right.
What city are you calling from?
Yeah, we want to hear this because I'm gonna get into my Cowboy rant later about America's team. What they so-called America's team.
Oh, no, it ain't no so-called in front of that.
I'm gonna explain to you how that's the biggest fraud in professional sports history.
Wow.
The biggest fraud, calling themselves America's team, when you've gone 4-11 in the last 25 years. 4-11 in the playoffs the last 25 years, and they're called America's team.
Well, Steve, you're getting on his case. He hasn't even told us what city he's calling from.
It don't
yet.
matter. They're America's team, so he could be anywhere in the country. What's that? You could be anywhere in the country, and you're America's team, right?
Is this true?
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere you go, there's a Cowboy fan.
Hey, God is a Cowboy.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness! Here we go.
that worked back in 1977. 1977. That used to be the great the old stadium in Irving. They had the little hole in the roof, and that was God's gift. Back then, you had Roger Staubach, you had Tony Dorsett, you had Drew Pearson. You don't have them today. Oh, listen to me. I'm a Cowboy hater. I'm a Redskins fan. You know me. I died hating the Cowboys back then. Woo, yeah. I'm gonna get into that too, because believe me, as a one-time Redskin fan, I can't call myself a Commander fan yet until the owner's gone. That was an embarrassment. Listen to me.
He called y'all the Commodores, not even the Commanders.
I don't agree with the Commanders. I made it clear to you. I hate that name.
Hey man, pick your hat up, Steve.
I don't put that hat on. I told you I can't touch that hat until the organization gets rid of the owner. Now let me talk about the game. Since you brought up the game last week, and I was gonna get to that later, but how can the Cowboys, if the Cowboys are America's team, right, and they're on the primetime game on Fox like they always are, playing against the lowly Commanders, how can y'all lose a game when you guys were in position to not only possibly win the NFC East, but get the number 1 seed in the bye? How can the Cowboys come out and give that kind of stinky performance? Explain to me that.
Let me answer that.
Oh, please, I'd love to hear it.
Here, I'm gonna put you on so you go to your camera so you can get into it with them.
All right, let's do it.
You represent the East Side too, because you are a Commanders fan. You're a Redskins fan.
Yes,
so
Redskins fan.
You understand how football is played within that division.
Exactly.
But let's stick with the East Side in general. The East Side this year was the most dominant bracket in the NFL.
Oh, I agree.
The whole damn East Side almost made it to the playoffs, including y'all.
What was it? We should have made it to the playoffs if the stupid coach didn't decide to put Carson Wentz back in a winnable game against the Browns. We should have been in the playoffs. All right.
I honestly had the 49ers going up against I still call y'all the Redskins.
Yeah, you call me You call the Redskins. That's good. I like how that sounds.
You know, that didn't happen. But going back to the East Side in general, we already knew that Philly was going to play Hurts.
Right.
And the Giants didn't have anything to play for.
Right.
So it wasn't a factor of us going out and trying to win and beat Washington to get to number 1, because we knew that wasn't going to happen. And then if that was the case, we still had to worry about what the 49ers was going to do. And we knew they was going to take care of business against Arizona. So what the Cowboys did, it's not necessarily, I'm not going to disrespect your team and say we didn't take it serious, but they just put players in different positions
So why? Let me ask you a question then. So why not put in Cooper Rush and put in the backups like other teams do, and rest the guys, and then just say, okay, we're not going to try to win the division. Let's go ahead and just let's give these guys a rest. Why would you go out there and let the Commanders destroy you like that?
Well, y'all only destroyed the Cowboys points-wise. It wasn't like y'all beat us up or anything like that.
Well,
at the end of the day, it wasn't really nothing to play for.
Okay.
Our spot was going to stay number 5.
Okay.
The only person that was going to have a place to move really was the 49ers. But the Eagles knew they was going to take care of business.
Yeah.
So why go out and put the starters that could have played but didn't? You get what I'm saying? The Cowboys held out certain individuals, and they put certain players in spots that they didn't play the whole year. Think about this. And the Redskins were like, I know, around 8 to 10 ranked defense this season. The Redskins got defense.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take it to you like this, because like me, Packer and I both had the Cowboys to win, and it killed us in our picks, seeing the Cowboys lose like that. But I'm gonna tell you like this: everything you're saying sounds good, but then by you saying that, it's either Cowboys Super Bowl or bust. Would you agree? Nothing less than the Super Bowl is a bust season for the Cowboys.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. As long as you say that, and I agree with you on that. If the Cowboys don't make the Super Bowl, given how they played against the Redskins, well, Commanders, what do you want to call them? The Commanders, the last game. If they don't make the Super Bowl, should heads roll? Let me ask you that question. If the Cowboys don't make the Super Bowl this year, should heads roll in Dallas? What do you think?
No.
So you think even if they don't make the Super Bowl, you think they should come back and bring that coach back and Dak?
I think they should bring, I think they do. Excuse me. I think they should bring Dak back and the coach, but not Kellen Moore.
Well, it sounds like he's trying to go to Carolina.
Offensive coordinator would be the reason we win or lose.
Okay, I can live with that.
That's hands down. Like some of the idiotic plays with the calling the same plays back to back and getting picks.
Well, Kellen Moore's been kind of picked on a couple years now. I agree with you. I'm not a Kellen Moore fan either, but
But now don't get it twisted. He has the number 1 offense in the NFL within the last couple of years, so he's good at something. But sometimes he just calls idiotic plays. That and it's the result. The result is what it is.
Now is Zeke playing his last games in Dallas?
Yeah, this is Zeke last year.
Okay, so Zeke's gone. I can understand that. You got Zeke gone, but you want to bring back both coach and quarterback, even if they don't make the playoff. I mean, make the Super Bowl.
And I honestly want to bring Zeke back. He got to lose. He got to, some of that money got to come off, and he has to be willing to really take the backup role.
Okay, all right. Listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm going to cheer for you because I'll never cheer for the Cowboys to win a playoff game. But I will tell you this much: it's Super Bowl or bust for them. If you're right, I've already wrote you down. I wrote down your pick. You pick the Cowboys to go all the way.
Okay, so who's in the Super Bowl that you're saying? I know you're saying the Cowboys. Who's the team you're facing?
Cowboys against Buffalo. Buffalo beat the Cowboys because of the whole sentimental stuff that happened last week with the Moore Hamlin.
Yep, throwing up the threes for Mr. Hamlin.
All right, so you got let's see, 92 Cowboys beat the Bills badly. I remember that game like it was yesterday, right here in LA.
Payback.
Yeah, so you think it's a payback game. Okay. All right, so this is the payback game. I got you. Cowboys, Buffalo playback game. You think the Bills are going to pull it out for DeMar Hamlin? Okay.
I like the way he's real about it, though.
All right. But no, I mean, I wrote it down, and hey.
I don't even think the Cowboys going to make it that far, but still, he even knows, even if they make it, who's going to take it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree with you. Like I said, I got you marked down because, to me, the Cowboys have been teasing for years and years and years and years. This is the year. So you're saying this is the year. They haven't done this since 1996 was the last time the Cowboys went Super Bowl. Actually, the last time they won 2 playoff games was 1996. So you're saying this team was the team?
This is it.
Okay.
Okay.
You heard that.
Now that we're at the end of the call, what's your name and what city you calling from? Because Steve is not mad at you anymore.
No.
At the beginning, he's like, I don't care what city he's from.
Well, no,
he's a Cowboy fan.
They're America's team, so don't whatever city he's from. He's America's team. So every team, let's say every city is America's team. Go ahead.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from LA, man.
Oh, well, there you go. See, LA's America's team. Let's say, time out. Let me ask you this question. Let's say, time out. Are there more Cowboy fans in LA than Rams and Charger fans combined? What do you think?
I'm part of a football club in LA that's called Star Status, and you would think that the Cowboys was out here.
That's what I'm saying. Cowboys are American. I mean, it's the greatest fraud in professional sports. The Cowboys have sold for 40 years. Before I let you go, let me tell you the history. Back in the 70s, when, like I said, I mentioned Staubach and Dorsett and them, a genius in the Cowboys organization said, hey, let's call ourselves America's team. And at the time, the NFL was just starting to take off. And some people were like, well, nobody else is America's team. Why not? Let's make the Cowboys America's team. And, the Cowboys in the 70s had some good, solid years. They won a couple of championships. Now, in the 80s, they did nothing. Now, in the 90s, Jerry Jones bought the team, and they had that 7-year run of,
where Jerry Jones was paying players extra money to be on the team.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys was running around there with super teams,
right?
With money going under the table.
Exactly. So for that reason, Jerry Jones like, hey, let's stick with that America's team.
So now y'all can thank the CBA for that.
But the bottom line though is that since 1996. Once again, you guys are 4-11 in playoff games since 1996. How can you still call yourselves America's team when the New England Patriots, and since that time, 1996, they have gone 33-15? Now, how can the Dallas Cowboys have the nerve to call themselves America's team when you got 29 less playoff wins than the Patriots in the same time period?
And the Patriots is red, white, and blue.
And they're red, white, and blue. and I'm not even saying as a Patriots fan, but 33 wins and 4 wins. What's that about? The Washington Redskins got 2 wins in the last 25 years. Are we America's team?
No.
Exactly. So why are we so denigrated as an organization when we got 2 less playoff wins than the Cowboys?
You done beat up on him enough about being America's team.
Yeah.
He's still a Cowboy with the Star Status Club.
Oh, they're gonna be. Listen,
shout out to Star Status.
Listen, Cowboy fans are always going to be loyal to the team and talk a whole lot.
Oh, man. Even when they lose,
they
still be in there talking, boy.
Other than the Raider fans. And speaking of the Raiders, they 4-5 in the last 26 years. So they ain't much better.
What I will say about the Cowboys is y'all talk a lot of smack, but at least y'all have a class behind it. Right. At least they can talk smack, but it's not going to be a bunch of fist fights in the parking lot.
No,
it's going to be with class.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Don't take that.
We're a classy organization, man.
No, I like I said, it's the greatest fraud, but hey, they do it well. I mean, I give the Cowboys credit.
James Johnson, don't get mad at me, James Johnson, but I know, it's not the same thing when you go to their stadium.
No.
Hey, you go there, you better have your Vaseline and your boxing gloves, because when you get outside, I don't care if they win, they be on one.
They be on one, man.
On one.
You better believe that.
Hey, but thanks for calling in.
Yeah,
sir.
We appreciate it. Like I said, we want you to call. Before you leave though. We want you to call in after the Cowboys lose in the playoffs. We want to hear from you. Can you promise us that? Can you promise you'll call in after they lose?
Well, next week.
Because Cowboy fan, I'm going to give you a story before you leave out. I was at a bar. Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to give you a story.
He wants to run you through the mud. That's not nice, dude.
I was at a bar. Remember I call it the Hail Mary game. Remember the game when Santana Moss had like 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter to beat the Cowboys on Monday Night Football? Like the Cowboys up like something crazy.
Hey, you went back to what year is that, Steve? I think
I
was I in diapers in that year?
No, 2000. What year was that? 2011? It was about 10 years ago, 11, 12 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Santana Moss. It was nothing but Cowboy fans there, and they talked smack the whole game. I was the only Redskin fan in that bar. They beat me. I mean,
what were you doing there, Steve?
I was with friends, and of course, they were Cowboy fans. Well, you know what happens. Raider fans become Cowboy fans when it's playing the Redskins, so some of them even talking smack. But as I was saying, man, when that game ended, when he scored that touchdown, I was so excited. I jumped up and slammed the table and knocked everybody's beers on them. They hated me. They were ready to beat me up. I didn't care. I talked. Ooh, that was a beautiful game. But that being said, though, still love the Cowboys. Love to hate them. And I want to hear from you when they lose in the playoffs again.
I don't like nobody's team, but Carlin, I'm not going to beat up on you because my team didn't make the playoffs. You know, my rules are if you don't make the playoffs, you don't have the right to talk smack to nobody that's in the playoffs.
Why not?
Because your team didn't make it.
And?
Well, right now you don't have a team, so I
don't
guess
have a team. I told you. I want my owner gone. I'm gonna get into why I want my owner gone, but then you know I appreciate the call. Like I said, we need to build back the Cowboy Redskin rivalry again. That was the best rivalry in sports.
Man, y'all only were good this season because y'all played weaker teams in all the divisions. That's it. I'm telling you, hey, no knock against you guys, but what I'm saying is I've been calling that division fool's gold all year long.
Okay, yes, he has. All right,
all year long. But
we're gonna see though. Thank you for the call. We're gonna see what the Cowboys do. I got a Cowboys Bills Super Bowl.
And thank you for your support, sir.
Absolutely, thank you. All right. America's team. Oh my goodness.
Hey, James Johnson has something to say. He said 49ers and Cincinnati in the Super Bowl. That's what he
said. That's a Robert 2 Super Bowls in the past.
Yeah, wow.
That's going back to Boomer Esiason and Joe Montana. And that'd be an interesting one.
So who did you take between the Dolphins and the Bills?
Oh, the Bills.
Oh, so it's unanimous. Bills. My Steamboats run over the Dolphins. Now we move to the Giants and the Vikings. Giants and Vikings.
Well, you know how much I hate Kirk Cousins. You know I've always been a Kirk Cousins. But in this game in Minnesota,
they match up well against
each other. But I do like, as you mentioned before, I do like Minnesota's weapons. I think passing-wise, that matchup with Jefferson, Thielen, you know, Dalvin Cook's going to play. I'm assuming he's going to play well. I got the Vikings winning. I wouldn't put the house on it, but I take the Vikings to win this game.
I'm taking the Vikings also. As I have, like I said, told you, I put the Vikings in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I believe it's going to be a Bills-Vikings Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And only because of veteran at the quarterback helm with the Vikings, Brock Purdy. Like I said, if he can stand tall, if he can handle the lights of the big dance in these playoff games, and Seattle game is going to show us a lot of Brock Purdy's status. I'll put them in there, but right now I got this, and to my defense, I've been right the last three. I've predicted on this show the last three Super Bowl winners at the beginning of the season. Right. I said last year the Bills are Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm sticking with it.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen to me. Like I told you, it can go either way. I'm going to just got a vibe.
I just like for us to say who we think, and then look at it at the end and see how it works out.
We're going to mark it down. So it's been marked down. Now we got Ravens Bengals.
Woo!
Now this might be the blowout of the week.
Ravens go down there and definitely put this one on your betting card and put Cincinnati up there.
Yeah.
And I got to see what the over is, because I don't think Baltimore is going to score no more than 12 points, and I think they're all going to be field goals.
Yeah, I mean, people are talking about, will Lamar play? Even if Lamar plays, is he going to be healthy enough? Too many question marks with Baltimore. I don't like the look. I haven't liked the look they looked the last few weeks. For whatever reason, I mean, we've talked about this before. I don't know why they don't get the ball to Mark Andrews more. It befuddles me when you look at their receiving core, that they don't use Andrews like Casey uses Travis Kelce, or San Fran uses their tight end.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like anything I see with the Ravens. I do like the defense.
They beat them during the season, but that was with Lamar.
That was Lamar. So I'm going with Bengals all the way. Yeah.
Unanimous decision. Bengals all the way. This is an easy one right here. Just like like I said, I will put this on your betting books. Bills, Bengals, and Joshua Angel. Shout out to Joshua Angel on Facebook. He watching us.
All right, shout out.
He said, "Am I rooting for the Jags?" Yes, I am. I'm rooting for the Jags, sir. In this game. This game.
Okay, then.
I think the Jags will beat them again convincingly in this game also.
I don't see it. I see the Chargers winning. But like I said, it's a close game. It's gonna be a good battle. I guess we get to the last
James
game.
Johnson said, "I never thought we'd be friends." Steve, good job.
Well, thank you. Like I said, this is me. I give the Cowboys credit. The fact that they've been able to sell themselves as America's team. You think about it. Let me take a second now. Think about all the millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars that Jerry Jones has made selling merchandise, hawking merchandise all over the country as America's team, when they're not even close to being anywhere near the top team as far as winning in the last 25 years.
I just don't understand
what other sport can do that.
How the fans look at Dak Prescott like he's an elite quarterback.
As elite, I mean, it's a but whoa. But he did the same thing with Tony Romo.
Tony Romo was elite. Tony Romo, come on. Tony Romo was
he's an elite announcer. He was not an elite quarterback. He was a solid quarterback. He did enough, but there was no way you put him as a top 3 quarterback at that time. No way.
Tony Romo was a top 5 quarterback.
Not even close.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Maybe top 8 to 10.
I mean, Tony Romo, don't get me wrong. When you get him to the playoffs, he couldn't get the job done. He could get right. But during the regular season, that man was all armor Iron Man.
Okay. Once again, Aaron Rodgers in the regular season's all man Iron Man. You're judged by what you do in the playoffs. The playoffs is what determines greatness.
Not so.
Listen to me. Everybody's good. Let's talk about in the NFL. Everybody's good. There's no such thing as we talk about a bad quarterback. There really isn't such thing as a bad quarterback in the NFL.
Tony Romo was ranked top 10 QBs every year.
Look what he had
every year.
He had Dez Bryant. He had
don't say look what he has, because when he got to the postseason, he still had that, and
he didn't get the job done. And that's the point.
He turned to a little mouse in the playoffs.
Okay, but that's the whole point. Your greatness is determined by how you stand up in the greatest games. I mean, we could talk about
Dak Prescott can't hold a feather to Tony Romo, sir.
No, I'm not. I'm sitting here saying right now they're both in the same boat. They look good in the regular season, but until you win playoff games,
I believe if they gave Cooper Rush a full season, he would be an elite quarterback in this league.
I don't know about that much. I wouldn't go. I've
seen his flashes look good.
His flashes look good. Listen to me. Heineke's flashes look good.
Heineke's a good person for that team.
You saw what they did with him. I mean,
you guys didn't give him a fair chance.
Well,
that's just like, you know what? I'm not a fan of Sam Darnold, right?
He's okay.
But the first season, he started off great, and he feathered out. Then this season, he came in a little better than last year. I believe next year, if we were to hold him, we would be all right, because he's learned the offense. See, when he got there, he had to learn the offense. He came in with nothing, and then as he figured us out, then he understands the offense and makes him better. Now, after the third year, he doesn't do nothing. Then we need to rebuild. That's why I think we need to keep Steve Wilks, Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, Panther Nation. Keep Steve Wilks as our coach, because we don't want to bring in a new regime yet, so we have to change everything. If we're going to have to change everything, we might as well start off brand new at quarterback, because everything's going to be brand new. You don't that would be setting us back, trying to have a quarterback learn something new, when right now, off of what Wilks is doing now, build off of that, and I believe we'll be a playoff, even a Super Bowl caliber team next season.
I'm not going to speak on this because, like I said, I give the Panthers credit. They played much better than I thought they would play once they got traded Baker Mayfield. I do like Wilkes too. I'm like I admit to you, I told you I think he would be the best call for the team. But the way it's looking like, I mean, you're not bringing in 4 or 5 candidates if you really think Wilkes is your guy. So I just think they've already predetermined that Wilkes was not going to be their guy. It's sad because a guy can't get a fair shake.
You depressing me right now.
Well, I mean, it's depressing, but why would you bring in 4 or 5 candidates if you really believe Wilkes is your guy? I mean, when first of all, you're not going to have to pay much for Wilkes. It's not like you have to pay him a huge salary. So if it comes down to money, it's advantageous to keep him. So I just think that the owner has already made up his mind that he's going to go in a different direction.
Okay, now
Steve, I know you don't want to hear that.
Last game, our Monday night game. We got a juicy Monday night game too.
America's team. We got America's team going down to Tampa to play against the real American hero, Tom Brady.
You mean Brady Fantabulous?
Brady Fantabulous. What's that? Does anybody question that he gets the job done in the big game? Is there anybody in America who would definitely question whether or not he gets the job done in the big game?
Yes, I don't care who plays this man. You should be nervous.
Listen to me. Let's put this in perspective.
I'm listening.
Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings.
Wow.
America's team.
He only got 10 fingers, Steve.
Listen, come on. No, I'm gonna get to that. America's team has only been to 7 Super Bowls in 60-some years. Think about that in perspective. Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings. America's team has only been to 7 Super Bowls.
Tom Terrific has 7 Super Bowl rings?
7 Super Bowl rings. Rings. I mean, that's championships. The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, only has 4. So I mean, this should be
they need to say self-proclaimed.
The self-proclaimed America's team only has 4 Super Bowl rings.
There you have it.
Now keep this in mind. They're not even second as far as Super Bowl rings in the NFL. You got about 2 or 3 teams that have more Super Bowls than the Cowboys. Think about that. The Steelers, talking about the Steelers have more Super Bowl wins than the Cowboys do. Think about that.
Hey, Steelers is another stand-up organization where they have a lot of pride, and I like the way they treat their people when you go there. I can't wait to go to that stadium.
Oh yeah, I mean they're an amazing fan base. That would be an awesome team to go to. Yes. All right, but getting back to Cowboys Buccaneers.
Yes.
Tom Brady versus the Cowboys.
James Johnson.
Now, according to James Johnson, it's a slam dunk. Cowboys gonna win. What did he say?
No. That's Ronald that said that. James Johnson said Dak Prescott is a second string QB.
Woo! What do you think? Listen.
Hey, I'm not a fan of Dak, but hey, they like him. Let them have him. Let's talk about this game.
So you don't think Dak Prescott is second rate? You don't think he's a second rate quarterback?
I don't like him. I don't want to talk about him like that. He did what he did. He made them give him his money. But I know the last time they played Tampa Bay, Dak Prescott was 14 completions on 29 attempts, 134 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Now, last week he was 14 for 37 for 145 yards with like 2 or 3 interceptions.
Oh my goodness!
So keep that in mind going into this game. He was 14 for 37,
and he knows he's going to play against Tom Terrific
on the road. Does anybody want to trust the Cowboys to win on the road against Tom Brady?
I'm not
either.
I'm taking Tom Terrific.
I'm taking Tom Terrific.
Sorry, Ronald. Sorry.
Yeah, we want to go with you, but
hey,
the playoff record speaks for itself.
You know what? And I'm not even thinking about that. The Cowboys are 0-7 against Tom Terrific. I'm not even thinking about that.
That don't even matter.
That doesn't even play into it.
That don't even matter. All that matters to me is
I saw how they played.
I saw how they played.
I saw how they played the first time they played them.
Yes, I saw as well. And I think the Buccaneers are finally starting to get a little rhythm going. They're finally figuring out how to figure things out.
I think this might be the only game they win in the playoffs, though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see them being any of the other 4 teams, but.
And I'm not counting Dallas out. Star status. I'm not trying to disrespect, but y'all saw how y'all played.
All right.
And I go with Steve. They should have put the backups in, because I believe if they would have put Cooper Rush in, we would have still won that money, man.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was just dumbfounded when I saw how they played. I mean, it's just bad. You want to go into the playoffs with momentum.
Hey, from a coaching perspective, if you see your star that you know that you've already made the playoffs and you know that you have a game to play next week, why would you sit up there and run his mental into the ground with that game? Why would you do that to him?
And even put him in a risk for injury. I mean, like I said, I don't trust the Cowboys with anything after what I saw.
Their way of thinking is just off to me.
Their way of thinking is way off. And so I don't trust them to win any playoff game. So if they win, I'll give you your props, but I think I'm trusting Tom Brady. I think he's going to have at least one more win in him. He'll lose next week against the Eagles. But for this week, Tom Brady.
That's Omar, that's disrespectful. He asked me who the Panthers are playing this weekend. Hey, man, I said the 49ers is going to win this week. Why are you giving me a rough time? Omar, get on Facebook,
sir. So they're talking about Omar. Ask him who he picked at the beginning of the season to win the NFC South.
Here we go.
Woo. And I laughed at him. I said, are you out of your mind? Listen to me. I like Baker Mayfield, but there's no way he's going to lose to Tom Brady. Tom Brady's going to win the NFC South. And he said, no, it's going to be Carolina.
Oh, my God.
Baker Mayfield. So,
oh, man. Shout out to Juan Carlos. He just liked us on Facebook.
Thank you, Juan Carlos.
Hey, Jay Wizzo, that's you won. I don't know if you tuned in and saw that you won.
Yeah.
You edged Steve out, so you got another $50 gift card coming
thank the Cowboys. If the Cowboys didn't do what that tank job they did, we would have tied. That's all I got to say.
Hey, well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You weren't over me, but you did beat Steve at the final end of the Steve, so we got to give you another $50 gift card.
Yeah, congratulations. Like I said, if you would have told me the Cowboys were to lose the Commanders in a meaningful game, I would have said you were crazy.
Steve costing us money.
I know.
Just giving away $50 gift cards.
I know.
You were in second place.
Listen to me. I also picked the Packers. We didn't even get to that one. The Packers choked against the Lions.
You know what we didn't get into? We didn't get into these QBs and where people might be going, because I don't think Tua might not be in Minnesota. Minnesota. He might not be in Miami next year.
Well, we got to figure out Tua might not be playing NFL next year. We got to figure out this concussion thing.
Hey, man, Tua wants to make his money. He's going to be in the NFL.
Okay, well, we got something. You know, when you get 3 concussions in one season, you got to start thinking about your priorities. And so, I don't know. I would think he'd be back next year.
Ronald says Tua needs to retire.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, I think he needs to seriously think about it.
Now, see, everybody's easy to say, telling somebody to retire. Now, think about this. You put your body on the line. You've done everything you needed to do for an organization. Right. You've already put your body on the line. You've already put your head at risk for CTE, whatever is going on. Now you want me to retire before the money?
Yeah. I mean,
that's easy to say coming from that when it's not you.
Listen to me. You gotta look at your life. Your life is bigger than any football game. And if you don't value your life, then I don't know what to tell you.
Ronald said body and brain is totally different.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, concussions is serious. I mean, you could break bones in your legs, bones in your arms, even hurt your hip, whatever, your knees. When you get a concussion 3 times within a couple weeks period, you got to really start thinking about, is it worth your faculties the rest of your life? I mean, it's going to be a hard decision for him. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, on our next show next Wednesday, we got to get into these quarterbacks and where the shifting is going to be going.
And also, we're going to talk about also our players of the year. We'll get into who we think are going to be. So we got a lot to go into next week. Next week, we're only going to have 4 games because now it's going to get to the divisional rounds. And so
this one starts getting really sad for me.
Yeah, Steve. I know. It starts winding down. But something, this year we got the USFL and the XFL.
And we're going to get into it. We're going to bring that to y'all.
We got 2 football leagues in the spring.
Hey, I'm getting into it.
So
we got to find a team to root for.
I know. Well, yeah.
Well, first I'm going to get into it and see what it's all about.
Right. Yeah, I'm interested to see what The Rock's going to do with the XFL. I mean, that's going to be interesting to see how he's going to make the XFL interesting. Because I like the USFL. I mean, I know you didn't watch no game. Did you watch any game? Did you sit through one game last year?
You know, I said I was.
Did you sit through one game of the USFL last year?
I mean, I turned it on once. And I looked and was like, this is football. This is really football. But
I like the problem. Like I told you, the only issue I had with the USFL last year was those Birmingham. I thought they chose the worst place to hold those games. There's nothing worse than watching a football game in an empty stadium. And so they got, I think this year they chose two places, but man, they're making a big mistake by going back to Birmingham. Those people did not support that league. If you can get 5,000 people to a high school football game, you should be able to get at least 5 people to a professional football game. I don't care what league it is.
Well, we're going to check it out. I'm going to get on it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Yes.
Tell a friend. We got to get our subscriber count up. We got a couple things that we're working on to boost our subscriber count. But hey,
yeah, well, here's for some Raider fans. I've already done my dirt on the Cowboys. I want to dig some dirt into the Raiders because I'm still bitter about 1984 because that Redskin team should have destroyed that Raider team. I still hold a grudge towards them this day. Speaking of which, we lost somebody this week, Charles White. We didn't mention about.
Oh yeah, was it the Heisman winner Charles White?
Yeah, Charles White for the USC Trojans passed away. 62 years old, and
that's young.
Heart. I mean,
young.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot of these heart. I think people don't want to say it, but I think with this COVID, we're getting a lot of people getting these heart conditions and having these heart attacks, cardiac arrest at a young age. Elvis Presley's daughter today, I heard, 54 years old, she went to cardiac arrest. And so it just seemed like a lot of
not just going to cardiac arrest, she just passed away.
She passed away?
At first she was hanging in there, and I just got a report while we were on air, she passed away.
Oh my God, she's 54 years old. I mean, there's
her dad's birthday was just on the 8th.
Right. And just,
he passed away on his birthday, didn't he?
He passed away on his birthday. Well, it was nearby, it was close to it.
Wow.
So that's just crazy. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's just we gotta really be concerned. Take care of yourselves, guys. I mean, I don't know if I can tell people enough. Mask up and protect yourselves because this COVID is legitimate, it's real. It's causing a lot of havoc.
Hey.
And so Charles White, USC great. I mean, he was the first, as a very young kid, I remember Charles White at the USC. That was the first time I remember college football and how USC was just a dominant beast. First it was him, then after Charles White left, then it was Marcus Allen. And I mean, it was like USC, it was like running back central. They went like about 10 years, they had OJ, they had Charles White, Marcus Allen.
I love Steve how he can go back. He's like an encyclopedia. He remembers all those times.
Oh yeah,
I was in diapers then, Steve.
Right? You were in diapers, but I remember watching Charles White. I mean, he was a dominant. His NFL career just for whatever reason never panned out like his college career did. But he had,
it happens like that sometimes.
He had 8 seasons. I mean, he had an 8-season NFL career. So I mean, hey, God bless him, man. God bless his family, and yeah.
Yes.
All right. On that note, we're gonna leave on a sad note, but yeah.
Hey, well, we'll see y'all next Wednesday at 8, and we're also gonna do another.
We'll see how it plays. We'll figure it out. We'll see how it looks. If we feel like there's a lot of news to get into, we'll do 2 times again. Like I said, last we had a whole lot to catch up to. I didn't even get into my Commander rant this week because that would just take too long. So
yeah, we'll get into it. But shout out to Star Status, Ronald Tyson. Thank you for
thank you guys for calling in. I love hearing from Cowboy fans because listen, there was no better rivalry in the 70s and 80s than the Cowboys Redskins. People who remember that rivalry. I mean, we had Dallas week. Like literally, there were times when in our school we would have to sit there. I remember in elementary school we had to memorize "Hail to the Redskins" in my music class.
You know what? I think it'd be nice for us to go on a road trip. I know you have a bunch of stories to tell us.
Oh yes, I can tell you all kinds of stories.
Man, hey, tell your club about a Star Status. We'll give y'all some shout outs. And Bang Bang Niner Gang, James. Thank you for tuning in.
Absolutely.
We'll see y'all next week.
All right,
Wednesday
guys.
at 7. Wednesday at 7.
Now remember, guys, 3 games of football: Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So enjoy your long weekend, long holiday weekend. So that's the one thing. 3-day weekend, Dr. King Day. I want to give a shout out for Dr. King Day, of course, because without him, who knows what this country would be in. So thank God for Dr. King.
Man, this country's still crazy, but
It's still crazy,
at least he made it a little better.
He made it a little better place. And so we want to thank him. Enjoy your Dr. King weekend and enjoy football.
See y'all Wednesday.
Peace.